Life's a fight. We all know that. It throws punches, knocks you down, tests your will. You get bruised, tired, start to doubt yourself. Maybe you think about throwing in the towel. I've been there, many times. Felt the sting of defeat, the bitterness of rejection. Remember those Rocky movies? The underdog, beaten down, but always gets back up. That's not just Hollywood, folks. That's life. It's about digging deep, finding that inner strength, and refusing to stay down. It's about believing in yourself when no one else does. That's the fighter's spirit. It's in all of us. It's what pushes us to get up one more time than we fall. It's the fire in your belly that says, I'm not done yet. This isn't about being the strongest or the smartest. It's about heart. It's about grit. It's about never giving up, even when the odds are stacked against you. We all have dreams, aspirations, things we want to achieve. But the road to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments that make you question everything. It's easy to give up when things get tough, to tell yourself it's not worth the struggle. But the greatest victories are often found just beyond those moments of doubt. It's about going the distance. Think of a marathon runner. They don't stop a mile before the finish line, even when their legs are screaming and their lungs are burning. They push through the pain, knowing the reward is worth the struggle. Life's a marathon, not a sprint. It's about pacing yourself, staying focused, and never losing sight of the finish line. It's about pushing through the exhaustion, the self-doubt, the fear of failure. Because on the other side of that fear lies your greatest potential. That halfway point, it's a dangerous place. You're tired, sore, starting to question everything. The initial excitement, the adrenaline rush of starting something new, it's worn off. Now you're staring down the long, hard road ahead. Doubt creeps in. Whispers start in your ear. Is this really worth it? Maybe it's too hard. Maybe I'm not good enough. We've all been there. It's human nature to question ourselves, to take the easy way out. But here's the thing. Giving up halfway never got anyone anywhere worth going. It's in those moments of doubt that we define ourselves. Do we succumb to the fear, or do we rise above it? Think about it. What's the difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't? Talent, luck? The real difference is perseverance. It's about breaking through mental barriers. We create excuses, justifications. Failure is inevitable. But it's a stepping stone to success. We get back up stronger, wiser, more determined. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid of not trying at all. Section 3. Seeds of doubt. Those seeds of doubt, they're planted early on. We're told to be realistic, to play it safe. We're encouraged to follow the well-trodden path, to avoid taking risks. But where's the adventure in that? Where's the growth? The real magic happens outside of our comfort zones. It happens when we dare to dream big, to chase after what sets our souls on fire. Don't let anyone tell you what you can or can't achieve. Don't let their doubts become your own. Believe in yourself. Believe in your vision, and never ever give up on it. The world is full of people who will try to dim your light, to tell you to play it small, but you have something special to offer. Your unique talents, your passions, your perspectives. The world needs what you have to give. Section 4, breaking through barriers. So how do we do it? How do we silence those doubts and keep pushing forward? It starts with a decision to believe in yourself, to commit to your goals, and to never give up, no matter what. It's about surrounding yourself with positive influences, with people who lift you up and inspire you to be your best self. It's about breaking down those goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Celebrate the small victories along the way. Remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is still progress. And when you feel like giving up, when those doubts start creeping in, remember why you started in the first place. Remember the fire in your belly, the dream that keeps you going. That's your fuel. That's what will carry you through to the finish line. Stories of grit fueling the fire within. We all need inspiration, stories of triumph over adversity, ordinary people achieving extraordinary things. They remind us that anything is possible. They fuel the fire within, push us to keep going. Think about the great inventors, the artists, the athletes, the entrepreneurs who changed the world. They faced rejection, setbacks, countless obstacles along the way, but they had that unwavering belief, that inner drive that wouldn't let them quit. They dared to dream big, to challenge the status quo, to push the limits of what was considered possible. And in doing so, they inspired generations to come. Their stories are a testament to the power of perseverance, a reminder that the greatest victories often come after our biggest setbacks. Section 2, Against the Ropes, the J.K. Rowling story. Picture this, a single mother, struggling to make ends meet, scribbling away her dreams on scraps of paper. That was J.K. Rowling, the creator of the magical world of Harry Potter. 12 publishers turned down her manuscript, but she didn't give up. She believed in her story, and the rest is history. Section 3, From Rejection to Redemption, the Beatles' untold story. They were the Fab Four, the band that changed music forever. But the Beatles' journey to the top was anything but easy. Early in their career, they faced rejection from record labels, told their music was too different, too radical. One famous rejection letter simply stated, "Guitar groups are on the way out." Imagine that. One of the most influential bands in history told they had no future. But they didn't listen. They kept playing, kept honing their craft, kept believing in the power of their music. And when they finally got their break, they took the world by storm. Their music transcended generations, broke down barriers, and sparked a cultural revolution. The Beatles' story reminds us that success is often disguised as hard work, dedication, and an unwavering belief in ourselves, even when the world tells us to give up. Section 4, The Marathon Man, Eliud Kipchoge's unwavering spirit. Eliud Kipchoge, the Kenyan long-distance runner, is a testament to the power of human potential. He holds the world record for the marathon, a feat many thought impossible. But Kipchoge's journey to the top wasn't about raw talent alone. It was about dedication, discipline, and an unyielding belief in his ability to break barriers. He trained relentlessly, pushing his body to the limit day after day, year after year. He faced setbacks, injuries, moments of doubt, but he never lost sight of his goal, his dream of pushing the boundaries of human endurance. And when he finally broke the 2-hour marathon barrier, the world watched in awe. Kipchoge's story reminds us that our limits are often self-imposed. With unwavering belief and relentless effort, we can achieve what we once thought impossible. We can defy expectations, rewrite the rules, and create our own legacies. We've talked about grit, about pushing through the pain, about never giving up. But what about those final moments before victory? That last mile of the marathon, the final round of the fight, the moment when you're so close, yet so far. That's where legends are made. It's easy to give in when you're exhausted, when doubt whispers in your ear, when the finish line seems a million miles away. But it's in those moments when you're running on fumes that you find out what you're truly made of. Think about it. The greatest victories are often the hardest fought, the ones where you had to dig deep, push past your limits, and silence those voices telling you to quit. It's the 11th hour, the final push, that defines the champion within. Imagine J.K. Rowling after a dozen rejections holding that final manuscript in her hands. The weight of doubt, of years of struggle, must have been immense. One more no and her dream, her magical world would remain locked away in a drawer. But something inside her refused to give up. Maybe it was the belief in her story, the characters that felt so real, the world she poured her heart and soul into creating. Or maybe it was sheer determination, the refusal to let rejection define her. Whatever it was, she found the strength to send that manuscript out one last time. And that, my friends, is the difference between a dream unrealized and a legacy that will live on for generations. It's the courage to keep going when everything in you screams for you to stop. Picture the Beatles playing in dingy clubs, honing their sound, facing rejection after rejection. They could have easily gone back to Liverpool, gotten real jobs, settled for a life less extraordinary, but they had a vision, a belief in the power of their music. And then, that fateful audition at Abbey Road Studios. The moment that changed everything. Imagine the nerves, the hope mingled with doubt as they played their hearts out for George Martin, the man who would become their producer, their mentor, their champion. That audition wasn't just about musical talent. It was about believing in themselves, in their dream. It was about seizing the moment even when every fiber of their being screamed for them to run. and it was that unwavering belief that launched them into superstardom, that transformed them from a struggling band into cultural icons. Eliud Kipchoge, the marathon man, the embodiment of human endurance. Imagine him in those final kilometers of his record-breaking run. The physical pain must have been excruciating, his body screaming for him to stop. But it was the mental fortitude, the unwavering belief in his training, in his ability to push past his limits that carried him through. He visualized the finish line, the culmination of years of dedication, the realization of a dream once thought impossible. And when he crossed that line, breaking the 2-hour barrier, he proved to the world that our limits are often self-imposed, that with enough grit and determination, we can achieve the extraordinary. That final push, that moment when you're running on empty, that's where greatness is forged. It's the difference between good and great, between dreaming and achieving. It's the moment you silence the doubt, embrace the pain, and find the strength to keep going. Before planes ruled the skies, 2 brothers from Ohio dared to dream of flight. Wilbur and Orville Wright, bicycle mechanics by trade, visionaries at heart. They pored over blueprints, built countless prototypes, faced ridicule and skepticism from those who called them fools. For years they toiled away in their workshop, driven by an insatiable curiosity, an unwavering belief that what seemed impossible could become reality. They studied the science of aerodynamics, experimented with different wing designs, meticulously documented their failures and learned from each setback. And then on that cold December morning in 1903, on the windswept dunes of Kitty Hawk, their creation, their flying machine, took to the air. A mere 12 seconds, a distance of 120 feet, but it was a giant leap for mankind. The Wright brothers, through sheer grit and determination, had achieved what many thought impossible. There's a fascinating science behind why we often find our greatest strength in those final moments. Our bodies, designed for survival, have hidden reserves, untapped potential that only reveals itself when pushed to the edge. Adrenaline surges, endorphins flood our systems, masking pain, fueling us forward. But it's more than just biology. It's the power of the human spirit, the will to overcome, the refusal to accept defeat. When we're backed against the ropes, when failure is not an option, something primal kicks in. We tap into a deeper level of resolve, a determination that transcends physical limitations. It's in those moments of extreme pressure, when doubt screams the loudest, that we discover our true capacity. We find the strength to push past our perceived limits, to tap into a wellspring of resilience we never knew we possessed. The power of belief, turning doubt into fuel. Doubt, that insidious voice that whispers "give up," can be our greatest enemy or our most powerful motivator. It's all in how we choose to perceive it. We can let it paralyze us, keep us trapped in a cycle of fear and inaction, or we can use it as fuel, a challenge to overcome. Think about it. Every great achievement, every seemingly impossible feat was once met with doubt. People questioned, ridiculed, dismissed the dreamers and the doers. But those who dared to defy the odds, to push past the fear of failure, they transformed doubt into a burning desire to prove them wrong. It's about embracing the challenge, using doubt as a springboard to propel us forward. It's about transforming that negative energy into a force for good, a source of unwavering determination to succeed. Throughout history, the human spirit has triumphed over adversity. From the ashes of war, we have risen again and again, proving that even in the face of unimaginable challenges, hope endures. It's this indomitable spirit that allows us to achieve the extraordinary. Remember, the greatest victories are often found just beyond the point where most people quit. We've been through a lot together, you and I. We've talked about the struggles, the doubts, the moments when giving up seems easier than pushing forward. But we've also seen the power of perseverance, the triumph of the human spirit when faced with adversity. Remember those boxing movies, the hero, beaten to a pulp, hanging on for dear life, the crowd's going wild, the bell's about to ring, and then, bam, a knockout punch out of nowhere. That's the magic of the last round, my friends. You dig deep, find that hidden reserve, and unleash everything you've got. Life's a lot like that. Just when you think you're down for the count, when you're ready to throw in the towel, that's when you've got to dig deeper. Find that inner strength, that fire in your belly, and come out swinging. You might surprise yourself with what you're capable of. Champions aren't born, they're forged in the fires of adversity. They refuse to stay down, getting back up stronger each time. The path to greatness is paved with setbacks, but they don't let those define them. Remember J.K. Rowling, the Beatles, Eliud Kipchoge, the Wright brothers? Remember their struggles, their triumphs, their belief in themselves. You have that same fire within you. You have the power to overcome any obstacle. It won't be easy. The reward of not giving up is worth fighting for. Chase your dreams and never give up. The world needs your passion. You've got this.